Hello, my name is Zach Tollett, and I'm from Cookeville, Tennessee. And a lot of people have known me, but not a lot of people know the true me, or the true reality of my situation. Um, so I'm from Cookeville, Tennessee. As I said, I had moved in with a cousin of mine, and I was selling her substances. I didn't think nothing of it. There was a convicted rapist sleeping on the couch named James Randolph. He had been convicted of molesting his cousin in a pool, and he had sexually assaulted my cousin that was also staying there, that was named Charlie, at 19. I thought it was very weird. For a good 6 months, I begged my other cousin, Pamela McCrary, which is age 50, 52, to kick him out, but she would not. So one day, it got to where she had found out that I had ripped her off a bunch of money for drugs. And we had gotten into it quite a few times over drugs. And we wasn't seeing eye to eye on James living there. We had ended up going to the lake one day, and she didn't trust James enough to go, right? And I asked why she didn't, and it was because of the charges that he had already had. So she begs me to go for a week. I tell her I don't want to go. I work 24/7. I worked like 75 hours or at least 40 hours because I had 2 jobs. And I didn't want, at the time I might have had 1. So I was still working a good full time. But it was one of my days off and I did not want to go. So a week goes by, she brings me to her room the day that they were supposed to go and has an outfit for me and begs me to go to this lake. So I go to the lake. They're acting very strange that day. Her friend that used to sell her dope is Neil. So I took over his spot when I started selling drugs. And I served all his customers through Pammy, right? He got all butthurt about that, I think, and started this lie. So they asked me in a real weird way to take this Down syndrome kid to the bathroom. I take him to the bathroom. I don't look at him in a sexual way. I don't touch him in a sexual way at all. The door that he's closing, he didn't latch right. While he's using the bathroom, the door hits him. He turns around and looks at me with his pants down. I'm 5 to 10 feet away from him. He pulls up his pants, washes his hands, and walks away. Walks out. I didn't touch him sexually. I didn't look at him sexually. I didn't do nothing to him that day or any fucking day. I barely knew the person. So I think nothing about it for the rest of the day or week or month or anything. So they're dropping hints around, asking, they asked me at first, did I know anybody that had did it? And I said no, that I will go to court, whatever you want me to do for you, because they asked me if I would go to court. At that point in time, I still didn't understand that it was me. I still didn't know that they was talking about me. 3 months go by, and I'm still selling her drugs, and this and that and the third. People start following me with their lights on. I become homeless because me and her's getting into it. She's being real bitchy about dope, this, that, and the third. At this point in time, they had told everybody in the world that lie. And I had not known it. They had also made an app where they had stuck bugs, trackers, and I know this is going to sound schizophrenic, and then we'll get to that part. They had stuck bugs and trackers in me, and they have these little buttons through an app where they can read my mind. Sounds crazy if you don't know the situation, but they hired private investigators to do this. So they hired some private investigators, they lied to them, and they got everybody to go into a GoFundMe to support this. So everybody paid all this money to a GoFundMe to start this private investigation on me that was a lie from the jump. I'm honestly thinking they made it up to get revenge on me for ripping Pammy off, and her old plug wanted his customers back. Well, in the end, that's what they got. They got their money, their customers, and their drugs back. And they're buying through my people. So for 3 months, people are following me around. People are screaming they're gonna shoot me, they're gonna kill me. Pammy keeps telling me I'm schizophrenic and I need to go to the hospital. They take me to 3 mental hospitals, mental plateau 3 times, and I refuse to go. So, after that, they're trying to kill me. I'm telling my mom she's trying to kill me. I go to a hospital before I go to the mental hospital. They check me, apparently, and they had been poisoning my food and putting shit in my food at the time, and I didn't know it. Apparently, I had got HIV. Come to find out later on, what they was poisoning me with was oxytocin, a sex hormone for kids with Down syndrome, and it shuts your liver down. So I have liver failure now. I've got HIV. I found out I've got cancer, but I cannot find out any of my medical history through people. So they can't tell me, but I hear them whispering. Why do they whisper? Because they can't tell me anything. They're lying to me. Hundreds, thousands of people know the situation, and so do I since the beginning. So Pammy ends up, after that hospital, I go to a mental hospital. I get put on several medications, I think just 4 or 5 at the time. I go back to Pammy's. They're planning on shooting me. And they say they're gonna shoot me every day. They're poisoning me. Pammy's laughing and making up lies, and she'll stand in the window where I'm at and then say a bunch of stuff, and then when I run to her room to see where she's at or ask her why, she runs back to her room. I'm not the first person she did that to. She's did that to her daughter Charlie, who was touched by James, and she's did that to her boyfriend, Charlie's boyfriend, a couple years back, and made him think he went insane and made him go to the mental hospital. Well, in the middle of me having to go to the mental hospital, they tell them I'm insane, that none of this is going on, but the nurses knew the situation. They were clicking the bugs, they were poisoning me, they were talking about it. So it goes by, I'm sitting at Pammy's after all of this. They're threatening to kill me. Eventually I have a mental breakdown and I fucking leave, right? I go back to the hospital and my whole family goes there to get tested for TB, HIV, and all this shit because I'm testing positive for everything under the sun when I had a clean bill of health for the last 2 years and been getting tested for everything every 3 months. It takes 3 months for it all to show up, and I've got tested every day, every 3 months for like the past 1.5 to 2 years, and it just popped up at this point when they had made the lie. Well, my ex-girlfriend goes there, and she's done been convicted of rape by her brother. We haven't talked in 4 or 5 years. We was together for 8 years. She lies and says one night we had unconsensual sex, which is a lie because it was always consensual the whole time with her. The only time it wasn't is when she forced me to come inside of her and give her a kid when I didn't want to. She bear hugged me on top of me and refused to get up quite a few times. And I would be wrong if I said I didn't like it, but I'd also be wrong if I said it wasn't fucked up. Okay? My sister had also, see, I hadn't talked to my sister in 5 years. So she's just now 19. She was 17 2 years ago. Something had happened to her in the family while I was gone. Well, I didn't talk to her, and she had gotten HIV from it. I had yet to get HIV. She's had it for 2 years longer than me. I didn't know about it, but now I do. The nurses have made up that lie and spread that lie all across this app and on the internet. On Facebook, they have this thing about what is it called? It's like those animals. It's like this big animal with tusks that runs to the storm instead of running away from the storm. I always would say when they would tell me that, aren't they suicidal then? They was like, no, they're warriors. They run at the storm instead of running away from the storm when it rains. They don't care. They'll run towards tornadoes and stuff. I was like, it sounds like suicidal animals to me. And that's when I first realized they were talking about me, because they got pissed the fuck off. Pissed the fuck off. So I can't get into the groups on Facebook, but they had sent them to me. By the time I was going to make a new Facebook account and get on there, they had completely taken it off. Okay, back to James. James loved anime. James kept his hair long. James put it in a ponytail. James was openly bisexual. James loved kids' cartoons. James loved Minecraft and all this bullshit, right? And right now I'm going to tell you what time it is. It's 11:22, or it's 10:22 on Sunday, June 9th. If you want to go back to refer, because I have a lie detector test running. You can see all of this. Nobody wants me to go to the police. Everybody says I'm crazy. My mom has threatened to let them kill me before. She told me to commit suicide during this. She's lied on me my whole fucking life and got me 6 years in juvenile prison. Okay? I don't feel like she's the best fit to have control of me on a medical standpoint or on a judicial standpoint. I am okay somewhat. Now my mind and brain has deteriorated. Like I said, they've been watching it for 9 months straight. My whole train of thought, it pops up on this app. And yes, I've seen the app before. Do I know what the app is named? No. I know it's Pinocchio, the drug or the lie detector test that they're using. I know it's through the private investigators how they're doing it. So they tell everybody that I'm like James. Everything James likes, everything James is about, everything he does, they say it's me. They kick James out and move him out. So they're threatening to kill me, blase, blase, blase. I go to all these facilities, and every town I go into in Tennessee knows about it. Everybody flicks their lights on, everybody honks their horn at me. It'll be right now, look how many lights are on. So everybody's got trackers, and everybody follows me. And they keep their lights on like this. All day, every day. Over lies. You can revert back to this video, go back to June 9th at, what is it now, 10:24, go back and review this whole lie detector test. This is going on YouTube. I'm fucking sick of the lies. Nobody understands shit. Nobody understands shit. Okay, revert back. So my cousins, I'm living with a 19-year-old and a 55-year-old. The 19-year-old has tried sleeping with me for 2 years. Me and my ex almost had to break up because of how weird sexually she was acting. And my ex thought I did something with my cousin 2 years ago. But no, she used to masturbate to me while I'm sleeping. I used to wake up, roll over to it. It's fucking weird. I would never sleep in her bed. I would sleep on the fucking couch. And we didn't have doors. Well, she would ask me to get in her bed. And I would tell her, fuck no. Like I said, I was selling a bunch of cocaine and Xanax and Adderall and meth tablets that was pressed Adderall and pounds of weed and boxes of dab pens and wax and MDMA and psilocybin mushrooms, anything you could possibly think of, Percocets, Hydro, Subutex, we had it all, right? So I would get high with her, and she would undress and tell me she's horny, and I would have to run out the fucking room. So I thought they turned into a bunch of fucking nudists. And the worst part is she has a son named Jonathan. Before I knew any of this was going on, I was sleeping in the living room, right? At 2 in the morning, Jonathan comes in, lays on the other side of the couch, and I had shorts on. He winds his foot up my shorts and sticks his foot in my asshole. I had to completely remove this kid from me. I swear to God. I did not touch him, I did not do anything with him, but I was fucking pissed, and she recorded it and was laughing about it. They had posed a person on Instagram as an OnlyFans person in an OnlyFans group as 18 plus person and had hacked my account and got in it, right? And posted it. Come to find out, she's not 18. Like, I didn't text the account or do any fucking thing. I just looked at it, and then that they're all bent out of shape about that. But it was a fucking lie. Everybody knows my whole life, but everybody spews lies. Nobody knows that I sold her dope. Nobody knows that I worked my ass off. I paid her $3K a month to live on her couch in drugs, and she lies and says that I don't give her shit, just like James. $3K a month. Who do you know does that to sleep on somebody's fucking couch? But I had to make this short, sweet, and simple. I'm gonna get this out. I'm gonna get it out quick. I'm gonna get it out good, and it's there. And by the way, I didn't hit none of my ex-women. They all hit me and blacked my eye and busted my lip because during that hospital visit, everybody shit on me. Everybody lied on me. I had 5 ex-women. I've never been without a woman. I've never been without a woman. I was in DCS custody for 6 years since I turned 18. I've never been without one. This is the first 6-7 months I've had to do without a woman. And it's pretty fucked up. But I digress, and this is the first time I haven't worked. I'm not mentally stable enough from giving me sex hormones, giving me schizophrenia medication, and giving me 15 other medications. I've cut them all off. I went off cold turkey, and I am screwed up mentally. I am messed up physically. I've got HIV, I've got Hep C, TB, cancer. I had none of this shit 6 months ago. I have it all now. I think I'm dying. But they make me seem delusional. Everybody gaslights me because they can't tell me. Imagine sitting in a room with 30 people out of rehab and they're all sitting there whispering about you in your head. You know? It's not easy to deal with just being me. Or walking around and you see 50 motherfuckers with their lights on that won't say shit, they just drive by. I would much rather them say any fucking thing than not say nothing. Any fucking thing than not say nothing. But I'm done. That's the video. Short, sweet, and simple. Got down to the point. Revert back to the lie detector test and free my name, people, because you're killing somebody that's innocent. And that's it.